Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Cancer for February 2011. And this also applies if you have a Cancer ascendant. So my dear Cancerians, this month there's going to be a big focus on your relationships, be it your intimate relationship if you're in one, or any kind of one-to-one relationship. There's also going to be a focus on finances, particularly any joint finances that you have. Later in the month, there may be opportunities to travel, to take a trip, to broaden your horizons. And there will certainly be a big focus on your career and many opportunities coming in for you. So Cancerians, let's start off with the fact that we've still got Saturn until 2012 in your fourth house, which is the house of home, which rules you. And I think many of you have been feeling somewhat isolated, even though you may have close family who are even around you, but there's a feeling like maybe you need to complete something with the past. Maybe you need to have a talk to somebody that you feel is maybe remote or not very reachable. But there are certainly some issues around family ties, maybe family responsibilities, where you're feeling you're the one. Things are falling on your shoulders. But it may be a time really to take some time into that solitude and think about where you really belong. Where do you feel your family truly lies? And to start to make inroads into moving towards that. Maybe it's not your birth family. Maybe it's your friends that you feel closer to. But for you to really put some thought into this area of home and family, even more than you already do, my dear Cancerians. So this will be certainly a focus around a sense of where you belong. This feeling where you can feel protected, because so many of you, you're extremely sensitive, and without this sense of belonging somewhere, Cancerians often find it hard to get anything else in their life into any kind of balance. Now, as I said earlier, relationships are coming under sharp focus this month. The first week of the month, we've got Pluto conjunct to Mercury and Venus in your seventh house. So this could be a very intense time in your relationships, to say the least. Don't be surprised if you really don't see eye to eye with people in your life. You may have to have a serious discussion and see if you can find a win-win relationship. Maybe you won't be able to do that. Maybe you're just going to have to disagree with one another and walk away from a situation. But nonetheless, there will be some intensity in your one-on-one relationships. For those of you who are looking for a relationship after about the 4th of the month, this is going to be a good month to find somebody, even just to have a nice little liaison with someone, somebody that you just feel attracted to. May not lead to anything necessarily, but you will find that there is somebody who is drawn to be with you. So your existing relationships you may have arguments in, but new relationships will look as though they're just wonderful. Be careful you don't get drawn in too quickly into something. Sometimes your emotions engage very quickly. Try not to get too drawn in too quickly, just in case the person isn't somebody you want to have a committed type of relationship to, but certainly for something on a light basis, with the exception maybe of the first week of the month when we've got the Pluto influence, relationships look as though they're going to be pretty good for you. There's going to be a large focus this month, Cancerians, on your finances, but particularly on joint finances. So anything connected with a loan. You may need to look at a loan agreement that you've got more carefully. You may need to renew it. You may need to restructure it. You may need to look at your insurance policies. You may need to look at whether you need certain expenses that are going out, whether you need those services that you're paying for. But it's really a time as well to look at finances with joint finances. There could be some arguments with somebody with whom you have joint finances. It may just mean that you need to take your power back. You need to say, well, look, this is what I want. I really feel as though I'm entitled to this, and really not be too shy to come forward with what you're wanting. We're going to have, after about the 21st of the month, this is going to be a great time for learning something, for teaching, for broadening your horizons. Again, as I said, maybe taking a trip or planning a trip. It's going to be a really good time to get advice from somebody, from a mentor, from somebody who's really able to see your situation from an overview and able to help you get beyond certain obstacles that you might be experiencing. It's also a very good time to develop your spiritual interests. For those of you interested in astrology and the metaphysical field, wonderful time to develop it and to find out more, to learn and read and share and blog and video, whatever else it is around this area. We've also got Jupiter for the first 6 months of this year in your house of career. So Cancerians, very important time to really push forward your career in any ways that you can, to really widen the net, spread the net. There's going to be a lot of opportunities out there. In fact, you may find yourself even spoilt for choice. It's also a good time for anything self-employed where you want to do your own thing. This is Aries here with Jupiter in Aries. It's a good time for doing things your own way and not maybe having a boss. Maybe you're finding it hard to find a job. Maybe you need to do your own business. But don't close your ears to anything. Try to stay open because there will be a lot of opportunities in the career area. So here's the balance this month. Yes, home, family, this may feel a little burdened and you may have some repairs to do and updating to do on your home. And you may, as well, some of you may find that you need to downsize and go to somewhere a little smaller. But there will be an opportunity for many of you to meet somebody, or at least just to have a nice interaction with someone that's warm and loving. Could be arguments with people. You may have to find a medium way and also enjoy this opportunity to develop your knowledge, to spread far and wide and to go global. We are a global community now. It's much easier to do things globally now. Think about that more in relation to your work, your career, and what it is you want to do with your life. So Cancerians, I wish you a wonderful month. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you so many of you who write comments, send me messages, whatever you do. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Have a great month. Bye for now.